Hey there and welcome back. In today's video, we'll be breaking down a build that all solo players can use to make some quick and easy silver. You can use this in a red and black zone area. We are talking about the Bear Paws. The Bear Paws are great for ganking and quickly dismounting enemies. You will do physical and true damage, which is great against mounted opponents. Usually if you see someone around with a Bear Paws build, especially out in the black zone, you know it is time to go. We will talk about what this build does well, which items and abilities to take, which alternative items you can take depending on your goal. And since our main goal in this video is to display ganking gatherers, I will share some tips and tricks to help you succeed. Before we get into the video, make sure to join the official Donnie956 Discord, where we talk about the game, have giveaways, and keep up with any video or live stream content. Make sure to check me out live on kick.com/Donnie956 every day. Make sure to not miss out on all the giveaways. Now without further ado, let's get into the build. For your helmet slot, I recommend going with the Fiend Cowl for the Purge ability. Once you have dismounted your enemy, or if you get the jump on them while they're gathering, their instinct will be to use their mobility boots and attempt to gain some distance from you. Purge is great to quickly remove any mobility, allowing you to stick onto your enemy and secure a kill. Purge does have a 40-second cooldown, so make sure that you use this correctly. You can also remove any sort of immunity shields they might use to survive. For your passive, you will go with Aggression for the increased damage and healing by 3.5%. Now for your armor piece, you will be going with the Assassin Jacket. Your R ability will be Ambush, which makes you invisible for 8 seconds and increases your damage by 4% every half second that you stay invisible. The reason this is very important is because you will pair this up with an invisibility potion. You will first use your invisibility potion, which makes you invisible for 7 seconds. This is a great way to sneak up on your opponent. Now before your invisibility runs out, you will use the ambush, which will keep you invisible even longer and give you a damage buff. This will fully catch your enemy by surprise and give you the edge, ensuring that they are not able to mount. For your passive, you will go with Balanced Mind for the increased damage and healing. Now let's talk about your Bear Paws. So for your Q, you will take Rending Rage, which gives you 3 combos that provide crowd control, damage, and mobility. You will apply Rending Blade charges. If the enemy receives 3 stacks, they will have their healing received reduced by 12%. Now this ability does require you to have 85 mastery, so if you do not have the mastery for this, I recommend taking Rending Spin, which is your Q2. Your third combo provides the crowd control effect. I recommend using your Q twice to apply bleeds and damage and letting it reset before using Q a third time. This will maximize your damage output. However, if you do need to lock them down, use that third combo to apply that snare. For your W, I recommend going with Adrenaline Boost for the increased damage, movement speed, and attack speed for 7 seconds. This is a great way to burst your enemy and keep up with them if they are trying to flee. You can also use Battle Rush, which is W3, which provides you with mobility to charge towards your enemy, applying a healing received debuff, which also increases your healing received. Your E is Razor Cut, which provides you with high damage and mobility. You leap in your targeted direction and provide a huge amount of physical damage in a cone on impact. You will also apply a bleed, dealing true damage over 6 seconds. This true damage is huge as it will burn through mounted opponents, and paired with a poison potion can quickly kill any mount. It is very important that you land this ability as it has a 30-second cooldown, and the benefit of landing and hitting at least one enemy player is that cooldown will be reduced by 40%. Now for your passive, go with Deep Cuts for the increased bleed damage. For your boots, you will go with Royal Sandals. Your F ability will be Defenseless Rush. This increases your movement speed by 75% and increases all of your damage by 15%. However, you want to use this wisely as your defense will be decreased by 13%. You can toggle this ability off, so make sure you do this if you're going to be taking any damage. For your passive, go with Aggression for the increased damage and healing by 3.5%. Now, for your cape, I recommend going with the new Avalonian cape, as you will release a huge amount of AoE damage when you auto attack and decrease their damage output by 15%. Any extra damage will go a long way. Now, this specific build that I like for ganking gatherers, which are people that are already dismounted, you can also use this to sneak up on a mounted opponent as well to get the jump on them. However, if you are looking to roam and attack mounted people, I would recommend switching a few items out. Your chest piece can be switched out for Hellion Jacket, as this does AoE damage and heals you at the same time. It does a great job doing any additional damage to dismount an enemy. You will want to pair this with a Specter hood, which allows you to reset your Hellion Jacket with Flash of Insight. The other item that you can replace is your cloak. If you want to have a bit more of survivability, you can go with an Undead cape, which will give you an escape. Now let's talk about your consumables. I recommend going with the invisibility potions if you're wanting to sneak up on your unmounted enemy. If you are looking to kill mounts, you will then use poison potions. For your food, I recommend beef stew for the increased damage. Now that we know which builds to run, let's talk about setting yourself up for success. The best recommendation I have when ganking someone that is dismounted gathering is to come from underneath them. Their abilities and map will block out a lot of vision from their screen, causing them to not see your name tag as you approach. As I mentioned earlier, you want to use your invisibility pop first, as this will allow you to move a far distance within the 7 seconds, and then you will use your ambush ability to extend the invisibility. Once you have gained your stacks for the increased damage, open up with your Q to cause their mount to despawn. You will then use Q again and be ready to purge for the boot's mobility. You can increase your damage and chase with W and E. You should be able to stick on them at this point, securing your kill. Gatherers don't tend to fight back since they are using gathering gear, giving them many escape abilities, so be aware that they will try any way to confuse you or outrun you. I'm more than confident with a little practice that you'll be able to master this build and playstyle. It is fun and provides you with an easy reward. I hope you enjoyed the video and gained some value from it. If you do, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more Albion Online content. If you would like to catch me live, I stream every day on Kick at kick.com/Donnie956 from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. Central Time, or 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. UTC. Make sure to stop by and say hello.